class that's going down at Blastmaster KRS1, and I'm excited about this new masterclass going down at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx, the birthplace of hip-hop. We call this the Hip-Hop Cultural Masterclass. See, what's happening is that we're putting an exhibit into the 1520 Community Center where hip-hop began. But to put an exhibit into the community center, you got to train the guides, the hosts, the curators. That's what we're doing. From May 8th to May 12th, 2023, we'll be training a group of students like yourself. You don't want to miss this. Tuition starts at $4.99. Dues paying temple members get their tuition cut in half. And if you register right now to the email, you can register for scholarship and or sponsorship. There's no excuse. Get on right. You're part of this class. This is your last chance. Course starts on Monday. I'll see you there.
Peace and much love. Hip Hop Appreciation Week is celebrated every year, the third week in May. This year is 15th to the 21st. Our theme this year is MCing. Hip Hop Appreciation Week has been celebrated globally since 1998. This year, 2023, we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Hip Hop Appreciation Week. We're calling all hip-hop community to come together and appreciate the culture of hip-hop. We are hip-hop.
We all have to admit to ourselves, those who love hip-hop, really technically live hip-hop, that it was a certain consciousness from our conscious, quote-unquote, artists that inspired us to be better, to do better than the circumstances that we were faced with every day, the daily struggle.
Raise up that volume on the conscious hip-hop. Perform responsibility as a hip-hop or for hip-hop culture. This is more than music. And collectively, we are operating together under the oneness.
More than music. But that music is technically more than music. Being guided by the teachers of our culture, really our teacher, for an unrelentless 30 years of constant reminder of you can have high intelligence, strive for high intelligence, that you should strive technically to be taught.
Just as other coaches teach other coaches, hip-hop is no different. Hip-Hop Appreciation Week is put aside for us to come together collectively. For hip-hop should be appreciated every day. And let's not forget the love that saved us, because hip-hop is the answer to the suffering.
Every hip-hopper that I talk to says, no, hip-hop changed my life. If it wasn't for hip-hop, if hip-hop didn't exist, and that voice and those words, if I had no access to it, I very likely would have given up. I would have not have tried to become who I became.
Hip-hop is an international culture of peace, and we're here to preserve hip-hop's culture by first preserving the hip-hopper. So during this time, preserve yourself and reflect on the responsibility that we have upon our culture. The time is now.
Hip-hop, real hip-hop. Peace, love, unity, safety, having fun. Giving that to your children. Health, love, awareness of wealth. Giving that to your children. Hip-hop. Intelligence movie. Giving that to your children. Make sure you remind them if they're doing something stupid, you need to be moving your intelligence. Work your mind.
International culture of peace and hip-hop appreciation week in our holy days is written in our principles. Let's take this time and perform hip-hop. Raise up the body by yourself. Perform more responsibility is how we've shown ourselves in the world. This is a global movement. This is hip-hop movement. So jump up and move because it's meant to be moved. Represent your culture and stand up for your culture. Have the responsibility as a hip-hopper.
And with this awareness, and this is what it really is, the awareness of hip-hop, the awareness of what it's done, of what it's given us, how it's lifted us up. This is the point. This is why we appreciate hip-hop.
During Hip Hop Appreciation Week, we encourage hip hoppers to rock a silver ribbon. The significance behind the silver ribbon is to bring awareness to our culture. Hip hop is culture. Silver stands for self, intelligence, love, vision, evolution. Happy Hip Hop Appreciation Week. Rock the silver ribbon. Peace.
Now, peace again. Welcome to the Temple of Hip Hop. I am KRS-One, and you are in another session with the greatest hip hop organization on the planet, the Temple of Hip Hop. I'd like to thank you all for being here right now. It is a wonderful week. I'm just getting up. I know I might look a little scraggly right now. We was up all night with disco fever. It was wild last night. Disco Fever. Big up the South, the original owner and promoter of Disco Fever. I'm not going to give it to you all right now. Look it up. Look up what Disco Fever is about. Flash come out of Disco Fever. DJ Hollywood come out of Disco Fever. All type of Busy Bees and Lovebug Starsky. Matter of fact, Lovebug Starsky made a record at the Fever. Give you no breather. Hardcore. We were jamming last night at Lehman College. Melly Mel, Scorpio, Sugar Hill Gang. And you know, it was interesting. I actually had a chance. You know, obviously, look, Joey True and Sun One are obviously professionals when they get to the gig. We have specific roles and responsibilities that we have to get to when we get to the gig to make the show happen. But yesterday was an apprenticeship moment. And I pointed it out to these two apprentices. There were others as well. Obviously, Sun One and Joey True are walking with me. But there were other Temple of Hip Hop members there, old members, new members, people that just watch us like this, that were also there as well. It became a moment. It became an apprenticeship moment because there you have Master G from Sugar Hill Gang, just as an example. And he's going, I got a little face and a pair of brown eyes and a only hit and make you hit the child and sing it on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I said on and on and on and on, rock, y'all. Get on the floor. This was the moment. Sugar Hill Gang on the stage, ripping it down. People couldn't take it. Rappers Delight is still banging in 2023. You throw on Rappers Delight, party's up. Sugar Hill Gang ripped it with Melly Mel, Scorpio, a whole host of other people were there as well. I can't even drop all the names really. Dudes came through. It was wonderful. Of course, KRS-One closed the show. I shouted out Sal. Gave him what they call his flowers. I like to say his herbs, his roots and his herbs. But no, we gave him the respect right there because Disco Fever is such an important part. It's such an important institution within hip hop's culture, within the development of hip hop's culture. So I got these notes here. You know how we do. Just before we start. We are, and by the way, today as well, we are going to end our read of the Gospel of Hip Hop. We have courses that start tomorrow. You might have seen the little video advertisement we have there. You might have heard about it as well. May 8th to the 12th. I'll get back to that in a minute. But courses start tomorrow. And so we're going to end this course today. It snuck right up on you, right? So today, right now, we're going to read what is called the shout-outs. And it's not really a lesson, really. It is another level, and I'll get to that as well. But it's the shout outs now. It's the end of the gospel of hip hop. It's the end of our read. And we're now shouting out our culture, those that helped us get to where we got, at least as far as 2009 was concerned, are those that were helping us at the time. We shouted them out at the end of the book. We're going to do that today. But before we get to that, the announcements. So, just so, okay, on August 11th, 2023, as a sacred day. August 11th, 2023 is a Friday, and this is the agreed upon birth date for hip hop. If you're years of hip hop, that means you're starting in 1973. And if you're starting in 1973, that means you're starting at Sedgwick. You're starting at 15 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx. You're actually starting on Sedgwick Avenue, which is not only 1520 Sedgwick Avenue, but it's also 1600 and the park there, and it's also Sedgwick Avenue, Cedar Park, which is also on Sedgwick Avenue, about a block or two down. In addition to that, Bronx Community College, if you go even further down, is also on Sedgwick Avenue. These iconic institutional landmarks for the development of early hip-hop. And of course, when we get into 1520 and start teaching that course, you're going to get a more in-depth version of this. We will actually be there as well and might have to walk 2 blocks to Cedar Park as well as part of our course and class. But I say that August 11, 2023 is a sacred day because I want to make a distinction here. And the distinction is that we don't mind, meaning those of us that participate in hip hop, we don't mind others cashing in on hip hop or on the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And I say that respectfully. We don't mind that. And let me make the distinction on that. It's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. You're supposed to do something, create something, promote, and its creation, promotion costs money. So it's all good if you raising money, if you profiting off of the 50th anniversary, it's all good. Hip hop is supposed to prosper you. It's supposed to be a vehicle of peace and prosperity. Anybody with any sense would be throwing their own hip hop 50 something in their neighborhood, in your home, where you work, whatever it is. We understand, and you can raise money doing it. We understand that. We're all about that. But there's one day out this year that is a sacred day. It's August 11th, 2023. Now, this is not a day to make money. Not on hip-hop's actual agreed upon birthday. But there's Yankee Stadium charging $60 to $200 a ticket for hip-hop to celebrate its own anniversary. This is hip-hop's anniversary. This is not our anniversary. This is not the anniversary of KRS One or the anniversary of Kool Herc or the anniversary of this one or that one. This is hip-hop's anniversary. It's hip-hop that we are celebrating. So on this one day that we look at hip-hop, for all that it did for us, how many careers it started, how many lives hip-hop has saved, this one day is a sacred day, it's birthday. But you still have capitalists trying to cash on hip-hop's actual birthday. Now we at 1520 in the Bronx, the temple of hip-hop, we could have easily did our concert series or whatever we wanted to do on August 11th itself. We said, no, what we're going to do on August 11th, actually on August 10th, we're going to have an 11 o'clock vigil, so to speak, prayer and meditation vigil, waiting for that o'clock to hit. And there we will start our celebration at 12 midnight in meditation and prayer and visualization. What we learned of hip hop and what we want to see. We'll be doing that at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx. Now, let me also add this, because this is a Temple of Hip Hop call. This is not really for the public. That's funny. But it's really a Temple of Hip Hop call. So, you know, I give you the most up-to-date information on what we're doing right now. I'm saying 1520 is where we're going to do that 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock vigil. But we could just as well do it at 55 Ludlow in Newark, New Jersey. We could do it just as well there. We picked, of course, 1520 because it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. This is where we're celebrating. This is where Herc started. This is what it's all about. So we're over there at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue for that kind of vibration, so to speak. On August 11th, we're going to open the exhibit. Some of the exhibit is paid. It's a paid exhibit. You may have to spend $15.20. It is a paid exhibit. But as you know, you sign up 30 to 50 people at a time on this day. Just walk in and see the exhibit. Walk out. You walk in, you see the exhibit, you experience it. It really takes you about 2 hours. But in this instance, we're going to have to run on August 11th. There'll be a lot of people in that vicinity. So you have to RSVP. Keep that in mind as well. You can speed your by going to hiphop50years@gmail.com. There's a website. There's a website also coming at as well. hiphop50years.com, but you can go to hiphop50years@gmail.com and leave your RSVP there so that you can get in on that day. Remember, 1520 is a residential building. People live there and so on. So we're not trying to have 100 people there making noise and banging on stuff. You got to come in 30 to 50 at a time. The space is limited. This is where Herc started. And if you want to come, feel that vibe, get that knowledge, and walk off with a birth certificate 1520, you may want to be down there on August 11th. But that's it. that's about it. Okay? I'm not trying to get millions and not rate the culture on the birth. No. We're not doing that. Now, August 12th, like I said, we could have easily planned something on a Friday, but if you're a real promoter, you know that working people are working on Friday. Students got school. School, of course, is going to be out. But Friday is not the time to be throwing a concert, really. It's not really a successful time on a Friday, especially when it's going to be a lot of people in the area. The Bronx is already a traffic. It's traffic madness, okay? And during the rush hour hours, it's already crazy. Yankee Stadium draws its crowds. People do it, they get there. But do you enjoy yourself? Are you really getting the culture? Or are you just being herded into a building, pay your money, see another show, and leave? If that's good, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Yankee Stadium does have some good acts going up, though. I'm not in any way bashing or trying to say don't go or any of that stuff. No, we're not saying any of that. It's a great show. If you want to go and spend $60 to $200 on a concert, go right ahead. It's a wonderful experience from a concert point of view. But August 11th is a sacred day for our culture. And this is what we have to keep in mind. So what we did is we moved our date to August 12th, not because of anybody else, but because of what I'm telling you. Look, we're at 1520. We could do this any day. But we chose to put an exhibit up for August 11th at 1520, exemplifying the building and hip hop's 50 years from that jump off. The next day, the Saturday, the hip hop traditional, the cultural day. This is when we came out in the park, not on a weekday. We came out in the park for free on the weekend. So we're looking at the whole weekend, really, August 11th, 12th, and 13th. We're looking to be on Sunday at Bronx Community College for a huge sit-down, intellectual-based lecture on 50 years of hip-hop, again on Sedgwick Avenue. But we moved our concert date over to Saturday, August 12th, on that Saturday. And for all the reasons. First, if you're just a promoter, Saturday's the better day. Secondly, working class people are usually free on Saturday. Thirdly, it's a Saturday. This is where you want the community to come out if you're focused on the community. Now, our concert is a free community concert. What we're looking to do is shut down Sedgwick Avenue. We don't have our permits yet. We're pending permits. We're talking to the city right now, and they're on it as well. The actual permit woman, I won't give her name here, was at my concert last night. She was in there screaming, at the FEMA, give you no breather. Straight hip hop. But she's the one who runs the permits, straight up. And she's straight hip hop. Bronx native is crazy. So at the end of the day, we're going to shut down Sedgwick Avenue. Have a festival. The reason it's called a festival, actually I'm calling it the Hip Hop 50 Years Block Festival. That's the Hip Hop 50 Years Block Festival. It's a festival because we have multiple locations along this, along Sedgwick Avenue. As we close Sedgwick Avenue, there'll be vending. You know, we want the entrepreneurs of the city to be able to make some money as vendors. We'd like city services to come through. Blood donation, educational opportunities, COVID testing, all types of other domestic abuse hotlines. These trucks and services or tables should be out there. All activist communities in the Bronx, really in New York or anywhere for that matter, but I'm just focused on the Bronx right now and the New York area. But activists in the Bronx, activists in New York should be right there with a table, pushing our people forward. We're looking to bring a car show, and not just the hydraulic cars. Actually, if West Coast artists manage to come through, I'm talking to a lot of them now, but if West Coast artists manage to come through, I will have that logo. Oh, yes, I will. And we will be bouncing, no doubt. But with the car show, though, is we want to show the early cars that hip-hop, that got hip-hop around, the 190E Mercedes. Some of you don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to go slow. The Audi 5000. The Maxima. Ooh. The BMW 325. Before the sedan version, the little box version, 325, and the 525 BMW. Before the big body sedan version, it was a small race car. These are the cars we want to put out there so you can see what the early was. And to also see, like some of these cars I'm mentioning, the Jeep. How can I forget the Jeep? The Jeep Wrangler. These were hip hop's cars. This is the car you had to have if you was part of a culture. You see, it had nothing to do with the music and all that. This is what was going on the street. You already had your ride, and you took it over to Dapper Dan, and he put the upholstery in your car, Louis Vuitton upholstery in your car, and put a hood on the back of your spare tire, Louis Vuitton cover for your spare tire. It was insane. It was what we were doing in the hood at the time. We want to show that right there outdoors. I just got word, Hakeem Green, Channel Live, who's also working at Car Show for us, came up with the idea of having a martial arts exhibition. Back in 1973, you hear me mentioning this all the time, and it's within the gospel, in our teachings in the gospel of hip hop, how important martial arts was. to the development of early hip hop. You know, kung fu, martial arts, how important it was to the early development of hip hop. So Hakeem Green said, yo, what's up with a martial arts exhibition? That would be great. Show the kids, show everybody what it is. These are cultural events, not just somebody grabbing the mic and spitting their hit record to you. That's not how hip hop started. It started as a block party with martial arts, food, vending, people breaking, art going down, and some good music being played. So on hip hop's birthday, at least on its birthday weekend, on that Saturday, we want to recreate that as well. 11 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. We really only have from about 1 in the afternoon to 8 because you got to build it up and then you got to break it down. You know, the production. We're looking at 2 stages facing each other. We like to build 2 stages facing each other. Now, obviously, all of this costs money. We coming out of our pocket and we're asking our members to support this. That's how it's going down. Now, of course, if there's corporate sponsorship available, we'll take it. If anybody wants to put their logo, their name up, there's all kinds of little ways that a free concert can also cover its expenses. And we're on that as well. You'll hear more about it as we get further down the line to August. But I'm giving you the overall. And I'm giving you the spirit of it as well. When do we come back and give back to the people? Give back to hip-hop as culture. Give back to the block. We all made millions. Companies, artists, this one, that one, producers. You know, CDs and the plastics and, you know, these tech companies, not tech, well, these audio companies, really. Techniques is what I was thinking of. It's a turntable. Panasonic, Sony, you know, these people, billions made on the idea of hip hop. You mean to tell me one day we can't give back to the people? We can't give city services? We can't help the people on hip hop's birthday? In fact, hip hop started as a back to school jam. We were trying to raise money to go back to school with fresh gear, some books and pens. On this day, shouldn't we have 1,000 backpacks from all these corporations like Nike and Adidas and Reebok and all of these people that it's nothing for you, but it's a major thing for us up in the Bronx. 10,000 backpacks with all the school supplies in them. Handing them out to young people. Just prove you're a student and you get this. Even look like you a student and you get this. That, of course we can. And this is what the Temple of Hip Hop is. This is what we're going to do. So I'm giving you a vision what August 12th looks like. The vision of what's going on the same time. And not August 12th, but like I said, you know, Live Nation and Mass Appeal are at Yankee Stadium charging a ticket price on Hip Hop's Sacred Day for hip hoppers to pay money to celebrate their own anniversary. I think that's unethical. So on Saturday, not so, but and so, on Saturday, we've already begun our planning. We've been planning this for a minute. On that Saturday, have a free jam in the park, like we used to do. We for free. And the people saw us, and that's how we saw our respect came. That's where the authenticity came. Right in the park, for free. The people know you could have charged for this, but you didn't. Came for them. Well, this is going to be a moment of respect check. This is going to be a cultural respect check, because after this, if we're doing a re-jam at Cedar Park and you call yourself hip and representing the culture and you ain't there, ain't nothing. I'm not saying nothing. The justice will be obvious yourself. It'll be obvious. On the birthday, and mind you, this is a historical day. The hip hop semi-centennial, the 50th anniversary. So what happens on it is going to go out for history. This is it. So if you're not in support of hip-hop's culture, which now, here we are now. Here we are. We all talking culture. We all say it's for the culture. It's for the culture. I'm down with the culture. I'm with the culture. Well, now the culture is at Cedar Park. The culture is at 1520 Sedgwick. The culture is trying to figure out how its children are going to go to real school without these supplies that they need to get an education. The culture is thinking about entertainment for the neighborhood, for people who can't afford our $60 and $200 ticket price. What are we giving back to the hood? What are we giving our people? We talk that street shit all the time until it's time to do something for the street, do something for the hood. So here's KRS, here's the Temple. Here's all the real hip hoppers too. Shout out to Redman as well. Shout out to Poor Righteous Teachers, Curtis Blow. Shout out to Cold Crush Brothers. Big up to The Flash and the Furious Five. Straight up. I mean, these are the people who will be there. We understand the culture. Shout out to Tony Tone. No doubt, Tone. I ain't forgetting about you. In terms of the sound system. But these are the people who actually going to be there, the people who actually started the culture. Okay, did you hear what I just said? The people who are actually going to be in the park for free are the people who actually started the culture. So from here, this is where you become that cultural icon. This is what goes down. When you could have charged, you didn't. And to the people, and they enjoyed it. And now for the next 50 years, you true hip hopper, you go down authentic. And I'm not saying this to try to convince anybody. You don't need that. You know that. But Chuck D, I didn't want to say Public Enemy right now to get you excited. But my crew is coming. Okay, we coming, and we gonna break that. Everybody else, they running for money, and I'm not dissing. Like I said at the beginning of this, that's what you gotta do. In fact, we support you doing. But we are the temple of hip hop. This is the front lines of the culture itself, and now we can see who's culture and who's corporate. No talk, no criticism, no judgment. Just look. Just look and judge for yourself. What do you think is ethical? What do you think is moral, responsible, loyal? What do you think? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overthinking it. And we should just let anybody exploit the culture. Why? Because it's all about money. We live in a capitalist society, so let's just get this money, man. That's what it's about. Well, that bullshit is not here. That's not what we doing, okay? We ain't doing that. We sticking with it. And we mean it. So, you're part of this movement. You know the sacredness of this. You know the sacredness of the weekend, really, this whole weekend. And we provide to our people. Why they gotta pay every time? Every time we do something, you gotta pay. Nah, that's not how we rolling. That's not how it's going down. So, August 11th, 2023, that's where we at. Sedgwick, the whole block. We at 1600 Park, which is probably gonna be with probably have a whole car show in the 1600 Park. Then, of course, 1520 has its exhibit. Even further down, there's entrepreneurs are washing cars. Been there for years, but we're gonna blow that up, stretch it up a little more, and make it more. The whole block. Graph writers are coming to do their thing on that day. Big graph pieces going up. We come up for our culture. Nobody getting paid. We're putting money in. We're appreciating hip hop. And that brings me to Hip Hop Appreciation Week, May 15th to the 21st this year. The theme is MCing. And you know, every time, well, last year, I mean, the theme was Jane. I'm sorry, breaking. A theme was breaking last year, and we wound up emceeing it anyway. I don't know if you recall that little studio session we had. But that was fun. We're doing it again. When I get a chance, I'm going to grab a mic and just blaze y'all real quick in celebration of Hip Hop Appreciation Week. And I do these things as well because it's ritual. I appreciate hip hop. I appreciate hip hop. Hip hop made me wise. I'm prosperous in hip hop. I have peace in hip hop. So why not give back to this idea, which is most times celebrated within people. Most times, like you want to do something for hip hop, do something for your brother, do something for your sister, do something for your father, your mother, if you want to do something for hip hop. But you could also just look at the idea of it and appreciate the idea of hip hop and say, man, that idea was a damn good idea. I appreciate that. Well, with the theme of MCing, I'm just going to spit some rhymes and just put them out. Not charge you on somewhere. I got that too. Matter of fact, make sure you stream it, KRS. We got that. But in this particular instance where we're appreciating something, you know, you don't keep exploiting the thing you're appreciating. You've already exploited it. That's why you're appreciating it. Now, thank you for all that you've done. Now, this one day, I'm going to appreciate you. What do you need me to do? So Hip Hop Appreciation Week, Desire Nobility, and Sun One, talking about that as well. Obviously, I wasn't going to say go to the Temple of Hip Hop.org, but we're redoing the site right now, upgrading it. You know, when it pops up, we're redoing it now. Announcement, just so you know what's going on in New York. These are all the pay dates. And this is great, okay? Don't take this the wrong way, that because of how we are approaching hip hop, that everybody needs to approach hip hop like this. That's not true, and I'm not even saying that. I just made my position clear. And what we're going to do with the Temple of Hip Hop and those that support hip hop culturally. But now here's the capitalist. Legends of the Street is going up. It's a concert series. LL Cool J has rocked the bells. I think that happens August 5th. Area 8 is Drake coming into the city to do his thing. Alicia Keys, shout out to Alicia and Swiss Beat and that whole crew. In fact, well, I'm not gonna get into Swiss Beat's history of 1520 and his father and Rough Riders and all that. Look it up for yourself. But Alicia Keys is coming to break us down as well. Snoop and Wiz Khalifa is supposed to be here in the summer as well. 50 Cent tour with Busta Rhymes is also coming here as well. DJ Cassidy, Pastor Mike is also good. Look at the summer. Look at how many shows are going up this summer. Mass Appeal and Live Nation are doing Yankee Stadium. Hot 97 is still doing its summer jam. They probably put a 50 on it. WBLS, another radio station, classic station out here, is doing a Hip Hop 50 show at Madison Square Garden. Summer Stage, which is usually a Manhattan, Central Park kind of thing in Brooklyn as well. Summer Stage is doing a Hip Hop 50 as well. And those are usually free. Summer Stage is usually free. It's out in the park. Lehman College we did last night, and that was Sal. Disco Fever in that sense. These were the for-pay gigs. And what we've been saying to promoters is, sure, let's get this money all year round. But this one day, August 11th, in fact, the weekend, can we give back just this one moment, these 3 days? Can we come and give the people something? You see how many gigs are going up, and all these gigs artists are getting paid. And we encourage that. But what day do you work for free? What day do you give back to hip hop, even if you don't give back to us. When do you give back to hip hop? And when I say us, I mean the people of the Bronx, 1520 Sedgwick, the kids out there. When do you give back to us that started the culture? So if you're not going to give back to us who started the culture, who are you giving back to? Don't have to be us. Who? But you mean to tell me your whole deal is based on how much you can get from hip hop and you never think about giving back? Well, the justice of that is obvious. The immorality of that, the unethicalness of that is obvious. And this is why we are a temple for hip hop. We're not blaming anybody else. You ain't got to hear nothing we got to say, but this is how we run ourselves over here. We make that distinction. Now, speaking of raising money, so we are trying to raise money. We have an exhibit. We have expenses all day. And so, but and I say, yes, we are trying to raise money, but not at the expense of our culture. No. We're trying to raise money for the culture. Okay? That means the cash got to come from somewhere else. Not always on the back of hip hop. Cash got to come from somewhere else. Now, me, I work for mine. You know that. I just did a gig last night. I work for mine. Okay? I take my money and I put it into the culture. I put it into the temple of hip hop. I spread it out according to other activists and other things going on. Like I had a brilliant meeting with the Hip Hop Boulevard. This is a whole other organization pushing Hip Hop Boulevard to change Sedgwick Avenue as a street name to Hip Hop Boulevard. It's a whole organization with it. Working for free too, by the way. Let me not dwell on that. We're all trying to raise money. That's my point. For our exhibit at 1520 and at 55. It's just basically the all-around exhibit, where we're hiring carpenters. Somebody gave me an estimate the other day for $130,000. Crazy. I said, look, we're going to have to work something out. But I'm not squawking at the number. We have to meet the number. These are real carpenters. I'm looking for the Disney effect, the Disney World effect. Hip-hop's exhibit should be nothing less. Not no shabby exhibit because we couldn't afford it. No, we're going to meet the number. And our exhibit is going to be as professional as any exhibit you see in the world. Probably more. Because we got B-boys and B-girls entrances as you coming in. We got renditions of artists performing. I saw my man Joe Conso last night. He gave me a gift. Right. Joey, where's my stuff?
You got it upstairs.
It's probably still in the car. You think it's in the car?
Maybe.
You know what? Forget it. Because I'm live right now. But Joe Conso, shout out to Joe Conso. He came yesterday and gave us a gift. He came with the photos. And he said, add this exhibit. It was quick. No, you can't text Simone. Simone flew to California. She's ghost. Guys, we're stuck. So I'll go get it later. I'll find it later. But I just remembered this from last night. You can see we ain't did that. We came in, went to sleep, woke up. Here we are. But no, big up to Joe Conso. Shout out to the photographer. Look him up, but he got the photos, like with Martha Cooper and even Ernie Panacoli. No, I can't even put Ernie on this. I mean, Ernie is in this category, but Ernie is more 90s. He took 90s shots. These guys like Jamel Shabazz and Joe Conso and Martha Cooper, they're shooting the 80s, 70s. What they doing? Ernie Panacoli picks up, hits you with the 90s. And others that come after that. But I saw Joe Conso last night. We talked. I saw him in person last night, and he came with love and he came with support. And it wasn't about, again, you got to pay me for this. He said, whatever you need this done, we got to do this. And that's the attitude that a lot of us are coming with. But I say that to say, the reason I mentioned Joe Conso is because if you're going to come like that, then I got to find your money, bro. I gotta find your money. Right now, Joe Cosmo's no joke, gets money, okay, for his photos and for the licensing of them and all that. But here he comes and says, no, I'm hip hop. What we paying for? These are your photos. Let's get this going. We're gonna make the exhibit, we're gonna make it work. So wait a minute, if you come in with that spirit, I got to find your money right now. Because I don't, you down. If I do, you down. So what difference does it? Try to find your money. So we're gonna raise that Kickstarter for photographers like this, artists like this, that we can give them something. We're not trying to put, cold crush brothers on the wall of our facility and give them nothing for it. Even if we have a free exhibit, how they on the wall and didn't even get a G? Didn't even $5,000. But we're going to use your image and use your legacy to blow up what we're doing. And this is what people are doing. This is what these museums, this is what they're doing. The artists that they have on the actual wall, they have no relationship with it. They have no relationship with it. That ain't the temple of hip hop. The people that created hip hop, we have intimate relationships with all of them. And in fact, we don't even like them. That's how intimate it gets. Some of these motherfuckers are crazy, okay? Let's just establish that. But they're our brothers and they are our sisters. And we understand that we are the culture. Not I pay you, you pay me. This is not every day we just come to work and do a work. No, Monday you pissed off. Tuesday you cursing me out. Wednesday you my brother again. Thursday we at dinner chilling. Friday you got a beef with another. Yeah, it's family. But how many of us really take hip hop that serious? What I want to talk about today. That's why we're gonna read the shout outs today. Because how many of us are really taking hip hop serious when it's time to take hip hop serious? We all yelling culture. We all talk, but when it's really time to get Kid Creole out of prison, Kid Creole from the Furious Five is in jail, right? For self-defense, he defended himself against some dude ran up on him. He killed him. Now Kid Creole from the Furious Five is in prison. We can't get a free Kid Creole campaign going. What's up with my man Commissary? What's up? But we all yelling culture. No, we don't play that game here. We true to what we do here. And something has to be, or this culture is not gonna survive. It'll be like jazz and gospel and everybody else that could have been, actually was culture, was gospel. That was its own culture. Blues, that was its own thing. Jazz was its own thing. Rock and roll is like a conglomerate of all of that. But nobody woke up and said, we need to agree with one another on how we started. And it's not going to be the truth. It's not going to be accurate information. The truth is going to be in our agreement. That's the truth. Now, the facts, we will dig those up with diligence to get the facts and get the most accurate information. But the truth is that we have to agree. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. No disrespect, but history shows. If hip hop was just a music genre, we wouldn't have a start date. What's the start date for reggae? What's the start date for gospel? What's the start date for any of these music genres? The actual, this is the day. Hip hop wouldn't have been the same way if the cultural architects of hip hop didn't make an agreement. We ain't no music genre. We're going to say August 11th, 1973. That's the start. Man, that ain't the start. That ain't true. You're right. But what are we basing this on? Well, Herc and Cindy You know, well, Herc and Cindy are the recognized, the agreed upon fathers and mothers of hip hop. According to everybody who was there, including Gary Bird, who made a film called Beat This, which shows Herc as the father. This was early Zulu Nation information. This was early information on hip hop that Kool Herc at 1520 Sedgwick is where hip hop begins. Some said 1971. It started. Some said 1970. That's when it started. Herc told me it started in 70. Others said 73. Zulu Nation cites 74. Who's right? Nobody's right. Or everyone is right. So if you're in a dilemma like this, which is basically how cultures are created, no culture has a start date. Unless you're trying to build one. Unless you're trying to build you think America started in 1776? What is that? July 4th, 1776. America started. No, don't get it twisted. But if you're trying to build a nation, you've got to start a date. And the date is not accurate. That's what gives it its strength. Because the date's not accurate, but this is our faith. This is what's going to bring us together, an agreement. I'm giving up something to be here. What are you giving up? I know I started this. He didn't start this. I did. But for agreement's sake, let's say he started it. If we could get to that agreement that he started it, then down the line, I can show you that I started it. But if we don't have no agreement, you're never going to hear any of our stories. We're going to disappear like the music genres before us. And we're going to disappear as a music genre. Not as a culture. Not as a nation. Not as a community of people. Why? Because we couldn't agree. And this is the problem. Unity requires agreement. Unity is strength. We try to make our culture strong. So we agreed upon August 11th, 1973, Sedgwick, 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx, the community center. We agreed with this folklore. Now we've agreed on the folklore. All the naysayers are nowhere now. All the videos in the book, no, it wasn't 73, it wasn't. Now we're doing a 50th anniversary. How did that happen? Well, it happened because we have an agreement that hip-hop starts in 1973. We have an agreement. Now, within the agreement, I could pull out the information that shows you, oh no, it did not start in the South Bronx. It started in the West Bronx. But if you don't get the South Bronx first, you'll never get to the information on the West Bronx. Nobody made a song.
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this on up here. Thank you for coming back. Thank you. And I'm gonna be doing more of KRS-One. I fell off because I did a few about maybe 8 months ago, and I just got mixed up into every other thing that I'm doing on YouTube, and so I do want to start. I'm gonna try and see if I can put at least one of these up a week because he comes on Sundays. So I'm gonna start watching him again myself, and also just stream it live for you guys to watch because there's always something good in there. Like I saw him on, and I was like, I don't really even feel like listening to him right now, right? But every time I turn him on, it's like he's a good speaker, and he can just go on and on and on. So after a while, you just forget that he's on, and he's actually telling you things you don't know, even big or small. He's saying something you probably don't know about, even if it's just a small thing about the entertainment business or somebody in it. all the way to what he's trying to do, which I think is a good idea. I think that um, it's got to start somewhere. Somebody's got to do something to make a difference in the black community. And his is, he has enough. I don't think that they. I'm not trying to say that people haven't come up with good ideas, but he's big enough and cool enough and smart enough, um, old enough where he can pull it off. He might be able to pull it off. You know what I'm saying? He's probably one of the only few rappers, let me see, that I can think of that would get actual respect from society across the board. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Give me a second. Another rapper that might get that much respect. Can y'all think of anybody? Let me see. I'm trying to think. I mean across the board, and I don't mean just popular. Like Puff Daddy's popular, but would he get as much real respect as KRS One? No. Um, I can't think of anybody. You see what I mean? I'm trying to think, and that's sad, right? I can't think of anybody even close. Um, Let me see. Nope, I can't really think of anybody. So that's why I say he might be able to pull it off. You see what I mean? Because he's down to earth like crazy, right? But at the same time, he can still call Jay-Z. KRS-One probably is respected enough where he could make a call to Will Smith, and Will Smith would get right back to his ass. That's how well entrenched he is in hip hop society. People forget, Will Smith was even a rapper. He wasn't that good at it, but that was all we had. So that was all they played for. You know what I mean? So we had to listen to that nigga. But he's still a rapper, you know. So like I said, I'm gonna try and see if I can start doing more KRS-One. And I really haven't decided, like, and this is to my subscribers. I know you guys must be like, I'm surprised none of my subscribers leave. I'm serious, because I changed my mind about my page. Like, I don't want to have a page all about celebrities. I'm just not gonna do that. I do the whole kwamebrown thing. Yeah, okay, it helps a little bit with my views. For a while, it was doing really well when I was using his name, but then I stopped doing it, and it's like I got thrown out the algorithm again. And no matter what I do now with him, it's kind of mediocre. So the views. So like um I'm not sure where I'm going with the page. And like I said, this is just to my subscribers. Just hang in there. Just know that whatever I put up, it's gonna be good. You know that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good. I just haven't figured out a way to keep the integrity on the page and get views. That's what I'm struggling with. You know, I've got some nonsense on there now with the whole Kwame Brown thing, which I'm starting to just feel like that's what you got to do if you want to play the game on any level. But for me to really push it over the top, I haven't found the avenue that I can go down that's gonna allow me to maintain integrity. You see what I mean? So just shout out to my subscribers. Just know that what I put out is gonna be something that you can use in life, or I'm gonna make sure I make you laugh. Okay, so I guess that's about it. I'm gonna end this stream here. I'm going live. Nobody ever shows up, which is really strange. But for some reason, I don't know why I'm able to go live because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. So maybe that affects. I don't know. I don't know what that's about because I do see a few people come back over and watch the lives, but I don't ever get anybody coming here. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be going live or not. I think I'm just going live and YouTube doesn't know. Then people just can come back and watch the lives. I don't know. I don't know how that's working. I've still got to get to my 1,000 subscribers to get monetized though. So make sure you guys subscribe if you're new. I'm the Ramo Red Track, the baddest thing on YouTube. If you check out some of my other videos, you'll see a lot more animated me, but I'm just laid back. It's Sunday today. I'm about to start a whole work week. Like, I'm a day trader, so the market opens at 5 p.m. That means I've got 3 more hours to do whatever the hell I want to do. I might make some more videos. I'm really trying to get to this 1,000. And it's not to get monetized. It's not. It's really not. It's just a challenge. It's just something else that I never really actually thought I would be able to do. Like, to me, 750 subscribers or whatever I have, that's a lot. For me, that's a lot. I didn't think I would ever get that high. Like, a lot of people be like, you only got, when I go into some of these chat rooms, some of these people have a lot of subscribers. And, honestly, if I go over into like Kwame's chat or um um Gil's chat or something like that. One time I looked at some of the people that were in the chat room that yelling out to the rooftops, right? And I looked at their thing. I'm like, this person's got 1 subscriber. What? How did you get a voice? How do you feel? As a matter of fact, I'm about to end this stream right now, and I'm gonna make a video about that because it is strange to me. That should flip me out. Some of the people that talk all the time in the chat rooms, I was like, just assuming that these motherfuckers probably got like 4,000-5,000 subscribers. They probably look at me like I'm nothing, right? I look some of these chats. Person got 2 subscribers and 3 videos up, and they acting like they in the game. Anyway, I'm about to end this, and you guys check my next video out if you want to hear me roast chat room people. Peace.